Now that you've seen how the FTC scoring cloud system can be used to manage remote and traditional events, let's see how the FTC scoring system can be used to manage leagues. The FTC scoring system, which again is a cloud system, should be used to manage the leagues for both your remote and traditional events. So within a region, you want to create your leagues and manage them using the cloud system. And when you have an event, whether it's remote or traditional or in person, traditional being in person, you want to do the league associations in the cloud. And if you do that, all of the league ranking information is calculated automatically in the cloud. And if it's a traditional event, when you transfer the event information from the cloud server to the scorekeeper's laptop, that league information, including the league associations as well as the ranking information, will automatically be transferred to the scorekeeper's laptop. So let's see how that's done using our region of New Hampshire. So again, in this example, this account is a region administrator for the state of New Hampshire. You can see we have in our region page events for that region of New Hampshire. We can see the teams for that region, and we can also see the leagues. And currently I don't have any leagues created, so let's create a league. And I'm going to create a league, and it's going to be called Granite, and that will be the league for the state of New Hampshire. And an important thing to note is when you create a league name, you don't want to specify the word league in it, because you'll see when it's displayed, the system actually appends the word league on it. So if you say Granite State League, it'll be redundant. Okay, and this league is going to be in New Hampshire. So I've created that league, okay? And I don't have any teams associated with that league or events. So if I go to the events link in the Granite State League view, or the events view for the Granite State League page, I can see that there are no events yet associated with the Granite State League, and there are no teams associated yet. So let's edit the team list and let's add some teams into this Granite State League. Okay, and I'm going to do that by region, and I'll pick these teams from New Hampshire. And I'm going to pick, let's say, all of these teams that are listed here that are below 20,000 as far as the team number. Okay. Now these are all added to the Granite State League. So if I go to the Granite State League, if I look at the teams, I could see that there are all of those teams associated now with this Granite State League. Okay, and if in this example, I'm creating this Granite State League as the league for the entire state of New Hampshire, and I can see the teams and events associated with that. Right now, there are no league events for the Granite State League, but there are teams associated with it. I can look at the rankings for that Granite State Leagues. I can assign additional league administrators for this Granite State League. And more importantly, I can also create child leagues. So in regions where they run league events, but they might have a large number of leagues, they often take that large parent league and then subdivide them into child leagues. And then the child leagues will participate in league meets against other teams within a child league, but they are all still members of the parent league. And as a result, they're ranked with respect to the parent league, and they can all compete in the parent league's tournament at the end of the season. So let's do that by example. I'm going to create a child league, and I'm going to call it Queen City. And I already did that before when I was practicing. And that's going to be the Queen City League. And Queen City, incidentally, is the nickname for Manchester, New Hampshire. So that's going to be located in Manchester, New Hampshire. And I'm going to create that Queen City League. And let's add some teams to that child league, okay? So let's add some teams, and let's say that these first 6 teams are members of the Queen City League, okay? And now I see that there are still no events associated with that league, but I do have some teams associated with it. And those teams get ranked within their child league against each other, but also because they are also members of the Granite State Parent League, those teams will also be ranked with respect to the entire Granite State League team. Okay, so let's go back to our league. And let's look at the leagues, the sub-leagues, the child leagues. Let's create one more child league. I'm going to create one called Gate City, and Gate City is, by the way, the nickname for Nashua, New Hampshire. All right, here, let's call it Gate City, and that's in Nashua. Okay, and I'm going to create that league, and I'm going to associate some teams with the Gate City League. Okay, and I'll take the last 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and if I've done that, you'll see that I have now 6 teams, including Littleton Daisy Bronson, Gear Hackers, and Mechanical Vikings. These are part of the Gate City League. The Gate City League as defined in my child league, and they're ranked against each other. But also, if I go back to the parent league, they are ranked with respect to their entire league. Okay, so now that I've defined some leagues for the New Hampshire region, I can associate those leagues with an event. Okay, so if I go back to my regions table or my regions screen, I can look at all of the events in that region, and I can manage those events. And let's manage League Meet 0. And let's go to League Meet 0. And just like you would manage any other event, you manage it as you would, just like you would for a traditional remote event, except now you have to make a league association. Okay, so now this is a league meet. I'm going to go in event configuration, and again on the staging server you have the ability to toggle between a remote or traditional event, but in this case I'm going to keep it as a traditional event. Okay, and I am going to associate it with the Queen City League, and there's only going to be one field at that traditional event. Okay, and then now that I did the event configuration, I'm going to add the teams who are participating, and let's say all of the teams except for one are able to make it. The Dairyfield binary bots are not able to make it. So now I have all the teams. I could add sponsors if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. And now I've done my configuration. I've done, I could add if I wanted to an event administrator, but I'm not going to. I did the configuration and I associated this particular league meet with a league. In that case, it is actually the Queen City League. And then I defined the teams that'll be participating, and I picked from, in this example, the Queen City League, or is this the Gate City League? Let me see what I did. Yeah, Queen City League. So in the event dashboard, under Add Edit Teams, I was able to pick from the Queen City League those particular teams that are going to be participating in the league meet. So I'm all good to go. If I wanted to, I can add a sponsor, but in this case, my example, I do not have a meet sponsor, and I'm going to play the event locally. So again, I could take this information and I could download or import this information or provide this event key, and if I do that, then that league information plus the event information will be transferred to the Scorekeeper laptop. And this becomes important because if I am scheduling for a league event and it's something later on in the season, I want to include the ranking information from prior league events in the season. And if you use this cloud-based system to set up your leagues, associate the leagues with your events, and then if it's a traditional event, transfer the event information to your Scorekeeper laptop, all of that information will include the league rankings that are calculated by this FTC scoring system. Note that for a league event, the ranking information is automatically calculated once the match results are available. So if you have a remote event and the remote event is finished and published, those match results are already in the FTC Scoring Cloud system, and the system will automatically update the ranking information for a league using those match results. If you have a traditional event and the scorekeeper has completed scoring the event and has used the FTC Live software to push those events through the internet to the FTC scoring server, then the FTC scoring server will get the match results from the scoring laptop and update the league rankings accordingly. let's take a look. Like if we go back here and we wanted to do a a virtual event, and let's say this virtual event might be league meet number 3. Okay, I'm sorry, not virtual event, a remote event. We're going to do a remote event for league meet number 3. I can edit this configuration, and again, you wouldn't be able to toggle this as a remote event in the actual production system, but for staging you can. In production, if you're going to have a remote event, you just need to tell your first contact, and they will enter it in the TARDIS system as a remote event. And I'm going to associate, in this case, the Granite State League, okay? And I'm going to define the submission window as today and the submission window end as next week. Now I've configured the event, and you can see when I go to add and edit teams, it's now pulling from all of the teams in the Granite State League, okay? And if I add all of these teams to the event lists, when it comes time to actually running the event, okay, let's say maybe these many teams will be participating. As I run the event, and I'm not going to play this event locally because again, this is a remote event and not a local event. When I run the event and the teams go to submit stuff, and I go to look at the if I go to look at the rankings, they will display the rankings for the Granite State League, and it will use information from prior season events to calculate the league rankings, or so the rankings within the leagues. And that's why if you're going to set up a league event, it's important to do everything from the FTC Scoring cloud system. And once you've configured that event and made the league associations and team associations in the cloud, if it's a traditional event, you can transfer it to the laptop, and that league ranking information will be transferred to that laptop. Okay? So that, in a real nutshell, is how you would set up a league and manage that using the FTC Scoring cloud system. And if you'd like to get more detailed information, consult the FTC Scorekeeper manual, which is available on the firstinspires.org website.